Hello and welcome back to Discourse. We're your hosts, Sharmalyne
and Reuben.
We've got a jam-packed, action-filled show for you today. Reuben, what is the topic of this week's show?
The topic of this week's show, based on the first song we played, The Final Countdown by Europe, you might have guessed that we were talking about the game show Europe. Not the game show Europe, the game show Countdown. I'm mincing my words. I tell you what's throwing me off is the fact that I can hear... I need to turn that off. I can hear us on the recording of our own episodes. So I'm going to stop mincing my words. You might have thought we were doing an episode about the game show Countdown, which I love very much, but we're not. We're doing an episode about school today. So we're going to have funny anecdotes about school. We're going to talk. We've got some listener suggestions, as always. We had a flood of listener suggestions. The crowd, I'm not going to say the crowd went wild. Yeah. The crowd went mild.
Mild, yeah. Okay, good use of words.
We had some listener suggestions.
So if you don't already, don't forget to follow us at Discourse on Instagram. So our second song, which should probably give you a hint to what we're doing. Well, I mean...
We've already explicitly stated what we're doing.
Well, if you weren't listening, the next song should hopefully give you a hint. We've got a listener suggestion from Jelani. Shout out, Jelani. The next song we're playing is High School by Nicki Minaj featuring Lil Wayne.
If you would like your listener suggestion songs to be featured on the show, like Sharm mentioned, you can find us at @discountdiscord on Instagram, or if you'd like to email in, we've got an email address that often goes unused. I checked for any sort of influx of messages before we started the show, and we have 6 emails at the time of recording.
Wait, really?
All of which are Google notifying me that my account settings have been updated. So, without any further ado, here's High School by Nicki Minaj. That was High School by Nicki Minaj. Now, can we talk about school plays, please? Because the theme of our episode is school, and I want to talk about school plays.
So you inserted the topic in, great.
Yeah,
okay.
I inserted the topic in. Can I tell you about Year 6 Leavers Play?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, so we did Aladdin. It was like an adaptation of Aladdin. It wasn't like the original, I know the Disney version isn't the original either, but
Was it an adaptation of the stage play, Aladdin?
I think so,
okay.
Yeah. It was whatever was in the public domain. You know how these school plays work.
Yeah.
I was cast as Matt Paint, which was a painter. You know how they, in these kind of school plays, they just fill it with a load of roles that don't actually mean anything.
Yeah, like a pantomime.
Just so all the kids can have something to contribute.
Okay, yeah.
I was Matt Paint. Pun, obviously. I'm a painter. My name is Matt Paint, as in Matt Paint. I was part of a painter duo.
Yeah.
My partner was called Wallpaper. I think what really annoyed me, though, the kid who played Wallpaper would always pronounce it as wallpaper, which completely shatters, the pun. And I was... You know me, I have...
Did you not think to correct them?
Well, no, because that makes me sound like a bit of a know-it-all. But, I have, comedy instincts. I always had comedy instincts. Yeah. So I was seething inside, and none of the teachers ever bothered to correct him. Moving on, though, because that's not what the meat of the story is. So I should say that, I've always been a good child at school. I never broke the rules. I was a good kid.
Goody two-shoes.
But I also, I have a bit of a devious streak. I mean, you know me, I'm sweet on the outside, but sassy within.
What?
So this was my good friend, who may well be listening to this, was playing Aladdin, the main role.
Oh, yeah.
Aladdin. And I thought, wouldn't it be a funny idea if I went round the playground of a lunchtime and told everyone that he really wants to snog the girl who's playing
so
Jasmine.
Spreading rumours.
So I was spreading rumours, yeah. So I went I went around, just person to person, and I was like, really wants to snog Jasmine. And I was loving it, this is like a taste of power. Then I was there, and then suddenly this kind of I don't know how many people I told at that point, but this sort of gaggle of girls came to surround
Okay.
me. This was like half my year group.
Okay.
And they were like, oh my God, is it true? Reuben, like, is this actually real? And it was, at that point, it was sort of, I think, that was intervention from
Yeah.
God. This was God extending the olive branch and
Yeah.
saying, you have a chance here now. I'm giving you a second chance to correct what you've done. There's a
Yeah.
way out here. You've got everyone here. You can tell them all, no, it's not true. I made it up. I lied. I'm sorry. You know,
You could be the bigger man.
you could be the bigger man.
Yeah.
I was not the bigger man.
You were the smaller man.
I was the smaller man. I said, I don't know, it's just what I heard. And they were like, oh my God. So I was loving it. I was like rubbing my hands together in
Yeah.
glee at my, my machinations. At which point, Aladdin himself storms over to me. And we're both good friends. And, we're both, me, I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. And this was...
I thought you were going to go into the whole spiel from Riverdale, Jughead, where he goes, I'm a weirdo, don't you ever see me without this hat? Anyway.
I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo.
Okay.
To quote Radiohead.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is, the scene in Diary of a Wimpy Kid where Rowley and Greg fight?
Over the cheese touch bit? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I can only liken it to that. This is the first and only, physical fight I've ever been in. And it started and ended with him just... I don't know what the word is, pile drived me, into the,
John
asphalt,
Cena.
playground.
Yeah.
And then we both kind of looked at each other, and we were like, okay, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And I learnt my lesson that day. I learnt my lesson.
Well, don't spread lies. Fake news.
Yeah, don't spread lies. We went on to do the play. The teacher who made the props made me and Wallpaper's van. She made it backwards. It was a cardboard van. She made
Yeah.
it backwards, so we had to reverse on and off the stage.
Yeah.
But other than that, solid production.
That
Good
sounds
play.
great. Yeah. So on our anecdote list that we always have for every episode, I put my breakout all 2.
Yeah.
Not as exciting as that.
Your breakout
Riveting.
Tell me about your breakout
Not as
all.
exciting as that riveting story. Basically, so in my school, so key stage 1, so nursery to, or reception to year 2,
Yeah.
they had to do the nativity
Yeah.
every Christmas.
Yeah.
And so it gets to year 2, and the year 2s are the ones that so everyone below year 2, reception, year 1, whatever, they're the singers. And then
Oh, you all did it together as
as a whole year.
Right,
Basically,
okay.
key stage 1 put on a nativity every Christmas for the rest of the school.
Yeah.
So so year 2 were the people who actually acted
Yeah.
in the thing. And so one of my best friends got the role of Mary. Was really jealous of her, but that's besides the point. And then so it got to the point where they were giving out roles, and then they gave out all the usual suspects, so
The usual suspects.
the baby Jesus, the donkey, whatever. And then it got to the end
I like
of the
how
list.
you said donkey then, not as in one of the donkeys, as in donkey, the named character from Shrek.
Shrek, yeah. And then they got to the end of the cast list, and I was like, hold on, miss, I haven't been given a role. And it turns
Uh-oh.
out they forgot to give me a role.
Of all of the people, they just forgot
Yeah.
to give you. Oh.
So they just made up a random prayer for me to say at the beginning and the end of the play.
Oh, so you actually got to bookend the play. You were like,
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It was just
Yeah.
sort of a made up thing they did last minute.
Yeah.
But that was my...
what was the prayer?
Why would I remember?
Because it was your breakout role, your breakout all.
My breakout. Oh,
Yeah.
This is year 2. They made it up on the spot. I'm pretty sure the paper has disintegrated.
Yeah.
Even if I did keep it all
See,
those
my
years.
year 2 breakout role, this was before I was riddled with insecurity, was we did a play, we didn't do whole school nativity, whole key
Yeah.
stage nativity. We did a play, it was called Tinsel and Tea Towels, and it was a meta play
Yeah.
about a school putting on
What,
a
like
nativity.
High School Musical 3?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was the headmaster of the school.
Yeah.
And so I was I was in every scene basically, and I chewed up the scenery. The mums loved it.
Yeah.
I will say. I remember walking out, the adrenaline, walking off that stage
Yeah.
afterwards, and all of the mums were there, and they were like, "My God, Reuben, how did you remember all of that?" And I was like, I don't know, it just comes naturally to me, I suppose. So, good feeling. Love school plays. And then I hit the age, I think, where you start becoming like self-conscious and insecure.
See, I think I peaked in year 2. I'm not even kidding. Like,
Yeah.
like beside the like made up nativity role that they gave me or whatever, like I think I was basically. So you know at fruit time, they like
Fruit.
you know at like break when they had like fruit and stuff.
Break. Yeah. I wouldn't have called that fruit time. But
What would you have called it then?
milk time.
Milk time. Ew.
They give you little cartons of
They
milk.
give you cartons of milk, but it's the main star of the show is the fruit. You're
The
not.
main star of the show was the cartons of milk because
With
there
Miss
was
Blue
like
on it.
gendered cows on them, even though that's not how cows work. It was
Yeah,
like
and she always had the glasses.
it was
and
like
the,
the kind of like stereotypically female cow with like the pink bow. And
Yeah.
if you were a boy and you got like the
girl milk.
the girl milk, then you were the laughing stock for like
Oh.
the entirety of milk time. But sorry.
Well, we called it fruit time. Anyways, so I was always the person convincing people, oh, if you like plant all the seeds from the fruit, you can like grow a tree. So I'd gather the whole of the like year group to come outside and we'd like dig holes in the playground and then I'd plant these seeds that obviously never grew. Like I think at one point we like planted a carrot stump on the off chance that it was going to grow a carrot tree. Obviously that
carrot
didn't
tree.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. Milk time, fruit time, good times. Right, should we hit
Yeah.
up our next tune?
Yeah, we'll
So-
hit them up.
Yeah, we'll hit. Hello, this is the Jackson 5. You want to perform a song for us live on air? Oh, brilliant. That is fantastic. I've just been on the phone with the Jackson 5, and they've just told me that they're going to perform their song ABC live on air for you listeners. They said it's a special treat. It's like one time only, but they love our show so much that they
This
want to do
is
it.
going on for ages.
So,
Okay.
great. Shall I just play the song?
Yes, let's play
Well,
the
no,
song.
sorry. The Jackson 5 are going
I
to play
will
their
perform
song
the
now.
song.
So enjoy. They've put in a lot of effort for this. Oh, it didn't do the link for some reason. There was supposed to be a little, like, ident in there.
Oh, I can do it. You're listening to Bird FM.
Brilliant. That was the Jackson 5. Should we say thank you to the Jackson 5 for performing live
You're
for
welcome.
us in the studio?
No.
At least say thank you to Michael.
Shout out to Michael Jackson.
Thank you, Michael Jackson.
Love your music.
Right, when we had that song on, you said to me, after this, can I
say my
a
teacher-
story about your teacher jumping out of window?
Yeah.
So I'm going to shut up because I want to hear
Okay.
this.
So this was a classics lesson. Basically,
Classics lesson.
yeah, because I did classics for A level. Quirky, I know. Anyways, so the lesson, like, the class was just me and 3 of my friends. So it was really chill, and then the teacher was really cool as well. So we ended up at the lesson early before the teacher came. So we were just talking amongst us because it
Geeks.
was basically because we were on a ground floor classroom,
Right.
and but it like had those like windows that like lock up to a certain extent so that people can't like jump out of them.
Yeah.
Basically, it had those windows. So we were discussing, imagine if we were locked in school and imagine if we were like locked in school and we had to get out, like would we be able to fit through those windows to like escape? And then obviously our teacher walked in on us having this conversation and she was like, that's kind of morbid, but okay. And she sort of like indulged our conversation. Flash forward to the next classics lesson where she proceeds to tell us, she's like, girls, you would not believe what happened to me in between the 2 lessons. Basically, so she was working really late.
Working 9 to 5.
She was working more than 9 to 5. She was like
Gosh.
working really. It was probably like 7 or 8 o'clock when she like decided to go home. There was no one in the building, and then she tried to leave through the front door, and it was locked. And then she had a flashback to a conversation about jumping out of the window. So she proceeded to find that classroom and then jump out of that window.
Did she... Hang on. Did she not think, rather than jumping out the window in the classroom where you were literally talking about how difficult it would be to jump out of the window, did she not think to first maybe try a few other classrooms where the windows might be easier to jump out of?
Yeah, but I think she was like in the moment. She was like panicking. thing, and she like
Yeah,
the
that was the only bit of
because we'd
relevant
like
information.
I think we thought of an escape plan of if we were locked in that room, how do we get out? So she tried to action it. So she managed to jump out of the window, and then she got to the front gate, and then she realised the gate was locked as
So she
well.
just locked
So
out.
she had to climb the gate.
Oh my god.
So she climbed the gate of the school fence, and then like she was telling all this in the most like vivid like retelling ever, and we could just like picture her sliding out the window. Bearing in mind, this woman, I'm pretty sure she's like 7 foot tall. She's like really big, sliding out of like a hole this big. You guys can't see what my hand. I'm doing like this is 1 foot.
This is one for you've just said to me she's really big, and then you've held your hands up, and that's like the size of my head maybe.
No, that was the size of the hole she had to slide through.
Oh right, okay.
In the window.
I thought that was her.
Yeah, I think I could like demonstrate 7 feet. No, but yeah, that was my teacher jumping out of a window.
Oh.
Don't worry. Yeah.
How old was she?
Oh my god, that's the thing. We don't actually. I think she's immortal, basically. She's like really old. She's like been here since, but she's got a youthful energy to her. And the only information we know about her is her name and the fact that she went to Cambridge. So me and my friends, it was our mission to like try and find out how like old she actually was. And we did a bit of online research.
Yeah.
And
Bit of digging.
it came. So the furthest I got with the research was we managed to find someone with a woman with the exact same name as her, who lived in the area our school is, who went to Cambridge, who was alive. She became a teacher of like a local school in close to where my school is now, in like 1816. So
I was about to say that's all pretty compelling evidence, but then you said 1816.
or like yeah. So this was like a local like back in the day they had like heralds or whatever. Like that was a title.
What?
That was like it was always the title of like the local newspaper back in like the 1700s.
Oh,
like the Lancaster Herald.
That's so funny because I was about to say Lancaster Herald as well. I don't know why that like popped into my head.
Okay.
That's weird. Is that something in like a piece of media, the Lancaster Herald? Because
I just made that up.
Because that is so bizarre that we both thought, if you're listening and you know anything about any sort of Lancaster Herald,
I don't think most people are, but
what most people aren't listening.
most people aren't gonna know what the Lancaster Herald is. Okay.
If you know anything,
If you know-
don't drop objects live on radio. It comes through the mic. If you know anything at all, even if you've just got a fun fact you would like to share with us, do that on @discourse. Do you want to do the next song?
Oh, yes. Okay, so the next one is another classic. I don't exactly know how this relates to school.
Well, we set this up.
Okay,
Should
yeah.
we do some behind the scenes
Okay,
beats?
yeah.
You're getting a peek behind the curtain
Yeah.
here, how the show is made. Because we split off into like loads of episode topics, created like a list of songs for each one. And then eventually for some of them we deduced that probably can't like comprise an actual episode.
Yeah, it
So
was like we were looking at. We sort of had topics, and then the topics where we had loads of songs and no anecdotes, we sort of like compressed.
Yeah, into one.
Into
So
one.
we had colours and numbers and school, and we compressed that all into school because colours and numbers, you learn about them at school. So the next song is Baby Blue by Badfinger, made famous, well, not made famous, it was already like a known song, but famously used as the ending theme in Breaking Bad in the last episode, which Sharm here needs to finish watching. I've pestered her about watching it.
I watched. I'm on episode 3 now. I watched the first one normal speed, and then I got bored, so I watched the second and the third one at like double speed.
No, you watched the second one at double speed. As a compromise, you watched the third one at 1.5 times speed.
Yeah, because it makes the viewing experience better. Like when they all like run around and fall over, it's quite comedic, actually.
Right. Baby Blue, it's got blue in the name. Blue is a colour you learn about at school.
Science.
Hang on. Baby Blue's not the next
See,
song.
I thought we were... Yeah, okay, because the next song on our list is Call Me Maybe.
Let's play Call Me Maybe.
Yeah,
and then
Baby
all of that
Blue will go on
Yeah.
after.
Should we play them back to back?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise, we've just wasted like a load of discussion time. Right, enjoy the songs.
So that was Baby Blue by Badfinger. So on our anecdote list, I've got the bullet point that says best joke I have ever made.
Yeah, everyone I meet in my life, right, I find a way at some point to tell them this. And I realise I haven't told you this, and I haven't told the lovely listeners this either. And it relates to school. So, year 7, take yourself back to year 7. Mm-hmm. It's a busy time. You're overwhelmed with new, stuff going on in school. You've got all these books to carry around that you didn't before. My friend comes in. We've got, humanities homework. He's got his humanities, exercise book in his bag. Mm. It's lunchtime. Goes to get his lunch out. He realises his grapes have exploded all over his humanities book. He's devastated. Without missing a beat, I turn around to everyone and say, we should be grateful it didn't happen to us. Raucous laughter. And then I top it by saying, it just happened for no reason. Without missing a beat. That was where, comedically, I peaked. I've never been as quick-witted as that ever again at any point in my life. I just wanted to share that. I'm really proud of that.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that.
It's like group therapy session. Thank you for sharing.
Okay, well, this is a part of the show. It's 11:40. We're going to go on to our user suggestions. So every Sunday, we put out a poll question thing on Instagram at discourse. And this week, the thing we put out was, what is your favourite school subject?
We did indeed. How do you want to do this? Who's going to be reading them out? Who's going to be kind of commenting on them?
I mean, I guess it's dual commenting. Should we take it in turns?
Let's just take it in turns, yeah. Okay, go for it.
So the first suggestion is French all through school, art at GCSE, because it was so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about art the other day, didn't we? You said you got a 9 in art GCSE.
That was yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, I got 7 in art GCSE.
Flop.
Yeah.
Joking. A 7 is good. A 7 is an A. So that's commendable.
Thank you.
No, but why was art always so weird? One of my art teachers was he chronically listens to Radio 5. So he'd set us the art task, and then he'd put Radio 5 on, and then he would play the weirdest music. Once it played Back in Black, it was a rock cover, but it was on kazoo. So it was zoom, 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 or however a kazoo sound.
Please go on.
I'm not continuing that. But yeah.
Yeah.
French, I have no opinions of French because I only did it till year 9.
Yeah, languages I was never really a fan of, never could really get to grips with languages. The only thing I remember about French in secondary school is we were supposed to watch Spider-Man 2 in French with English subtitles as part of the French lesson, but we only had it in English, so we just watched it in English with French subtitles.
Oh my god, there was this really good French movie. They would play it every single, Christmas, and it was called Le Choriste, and it was about this guy.
Wait, Le Choriste?
Le Choristes, the choir, but
okay,
in the French title.
Okay.
Anyways, it's a French movie, and it was about this guy who he's an aspiring conductor, composer person, and then for money he decides to teach music at this troubled boys school, and it's about him trying to get them all to sing, and it's such a good film. But yeah, I mean, I did German for GCSE, and then I did a week of A-level. Because, originally I didn't want to do an EPQ, so I was like, guess I have to do 4 A-levels then. So I couldn't think of a 4th A-level, and my German, I had just gotten a German, vocab test back, and I got 100% on the vocab test, so I was like, why not do German for A-level? So I put it down on my form, and then COVID comes around, don't speak or even look at a German word for 9 months. Yeah. Then I turn up September and, lo and behold, I have actual German lessons I need to do. So I go in and all the reading, writing or whatever is fine. And then on the Friday, it's my first conversation class, and then like the conversation teacher basically speaks non-stop German. I had I was being bombarded with all this
bombarded
German.
with German.
I didn't know what she was saying, and I was like getting so overwhelmed. I was like, Frau, I don't understand what you're saying to me. And then like that, I was like, that is it. I went to the head of academics office straight after the lesson, and I quit German.
It's over.
I was
over.
like,
I'm done.
Done. Period. I quit German. I'm thinking, oh, I wouldn't have to see. Like, luckily, I quit on the Friday, so I wouldn't have to see my German teacher on the Monday. And then he goes, well, you need to return your textbook. So so on the Monday, I had to go and return my textbook. I turned up to the German lesson. I was like, Miss, actually, I'm not doing this German lesson anymore because I quit. And then I had to give her the textbook. And she was so, like, shocked.
I had to do that with further maths at A-level, which was really embarrassing. I did 1 week of further maths and then just, like, deemed that I wasn't, up to the task.
Yeah.
Called it quits. But you're doing German now, though, aren't you?
Well, I'm doing it at the uni because like, I didn't hate German. It's just like that one really embarrassing moment
Yeah.
was like too much for me. And I was like, I want to do it low stakes because I hate exams.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me not do it for an A level where like that could like make or break how I get into uni. Let me just do it for fun. So I did Duolingo from year 12 January to this very day, and then
So we have 2 back-to-back listener suggestions, both saying chemistry. We've got one saying, my friend said chemistry, did say he preferred maths, but the maths teacher is bad, so yeah. And then we also have chemistry got 95% in a year 10 mock and chased that high ever since. What do we think about chemistry?
Oh my god, but that 95% mock was like literally me with German. I was like, I got 100% on a vocab test. Let me do that for A level, and then look where I am now.
Shattered dreams.
Oh my god, chemistry. If I had to pick a science, I'd definitely pick chemistry.
If I had to pick a science, Scott, you should. I wish this was a visual medium because I just got the dirtiest look. I'm saying physics.
Ew.
And one of our loyal listeners has also said controversial physics.
Yeah, because they probably know my opinion on physics.
Yeah.
Physics is just maths, but harder. Like, why can I do the maths in maths, but not in physics? It's bad. Whereas...
Because you need to go to Jupiter to get more stupider.
That was not the correct. Isn't it like men go to Jupiter to get more stupid or whatever?
Yeah.
And then
I think so. It's what is it? It's
women go to Mars to get more bars. I don't know.
And then men go to Jupiter to get more
Yeah,
stupid.
that was like a weird. Okay, anyways,
Moving
chemistry.
on.
Yeah, out of the sciences, chemistry is correct. That's a correct answer.
Wrong.
Best science. Like, I loved learning about Buckminster fullerenes and all that jazz. Equilibrium was my least favorite bit, but that's all in the past. We've got a we've got a listener suggestion, which is philosophy. What do you think happens when we die? That is also a very
What do you think happens when we die?
I think what happens when we die is that nothing happens. Like, literally, you close your eyes, that's it.
I think we go on a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and we meet the Grim Reaper.
Oh, that would be a dream. I would love to do that. But yeah, philosophy is so interesting, especially because I love like studying humans and thinking like, why is a human like thought the way they did, stuff like that. That's very interesting.
I think, therefore, I am famously said by
Descartes.
Yeah. Well
I know
done.
philosophers.
I definitely knew that, and I was just testing your knowledge. And I was not going to say Albert Einstein.
E equals MC squared.
E equals MC2, said by Albert Einstein. We also have a couple here on maths. We've got maths in all caps, and then we've got maths in lowercase.
Boo. No.
I like maths. I'm sorry. I'm willing to be persecuted for liking maths. I like maths. I think it's great. I like the maths modules in computer science, even though those are the ones that everyone seems to dislike. I love it. Mathematics, it's a beautiful art, problem solving. I love numbers.
Like, you're on, like, silent fingers. Okay, so in primary school, I liked maths because I was good at maths.
In primary school, I liked maths. I was so good at maths that in year 3, I got moved into the year 5 maths class.
Oh my god, in year 2, I got moved to the year 5 maths class as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
one up me. Anyway, moving on. And then,
Yeah.
lastly...
Wait, no, but Wait, let me finish what I was saying.
Okay,
I was
sorry,
saying
sorry.
how, like, in primary school I liked maths, and I
Yeah.
hated English. And then in secondary school I hated maths and English. And then, yeah, okay. Sorry, that was that.
So the story was you just hate learning.
Yeah, no, I don't hate learning. I like learning, I hate exams, and I hate getting things wrong.
That's true. That's true. I dislike maths when I don't understand
See,
it.
that's the thing. Because, like, in primary school, I liked maths because when I did a question, I would get it right. But then in secondary school, I was getting them wrong. So that's why I just stopped liking maths.
We just had a live listener message saying I was in year 5 maths in year Q. Correction, year 1.
What?
So I think you need to go back to school, frankly, based on the fact you're mistaking Q for a number, which it's not. It's a letter of the English alphabet. So don't try to one-up me, listeners, because that's Sharm's job.
Yeah, okay.
And then one more listener suggestion we had was art again. We discussed art. I didn't like art at GCSE. It was like you get really bogged down in like coursework, which I feel like shouldn't happen at GCSE level.
True, I liked art. I think my issue was that I was a perfectionist. So, like, stuff that they would set for, like, 1 month to be completed, it would take me the whole year. So, it's more that I like taking my time with art. So I didn't actually hate art. I really liked art and doing the art. It was more that I just took ages to make.
Because that's the thing, you are really good at it. Like I've seen
Wow,
your,
thank you.
I've seen your works.
Coming from you, Mr. Reuben _art. Is that your username?
Yeah, shout me out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
That's
yeah. You
Reuben's
can find
art
my
account.
art online.
Yeah, don't look up my art.
I won't shout you
my
out.
My digital footprint is not the best. Yeah.
Right, shall we stick another song on and then we can come back. We can do, if we really want to, we could do the Super 6.
We'll have a look and see if they're worth talking about because the past few were a bit mid.
Yeah, we'll have a look. If after this song we start talking about the Super 6, then evidently they were good. If not, then evidently they weren't that good. But obviously, subjective opinions, we're not sponsored by Aldi. We don't endorse Aldi specifically or any other supermarket. I'm going to play the next song, which is Rather Be. Have a listen, enjoy. That was Rather Be by Jess Glynn, and in case you're wondering why I played that song,
to explain.
Because I have a vivid memory of in school they played that when it first came out during tidy up time, and they had the video on the whiteboard. And if you recall, in the music video, she takes her goldfish out of its bowl and then turns it into sushi, and that really vividly stuck with me as like, I don't know.
Oh my god, that reminds me of another music. Basically, you know La 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 by Naughty Boy? It's like, a cover in my ears.
Yeah.
That one, basically. So this boy in primary school, when the song came out, he told me that the music video had Satan in it.
Oh my.
So I scrolled through the whole video, like trying to find where this like demon was, and it wasn't in the video, obviously. So I don't know why he made that random thing up.
Pranked.
He pranked me, but yeah. Well, I gave Sam Smith like 1 million views.
You've seen up there? It says gullible on the ceiling.
What? Okay.
You looked.
I thought you said Girl World, and I was like, what? Yeah, I've been pranked live on air. Anyways.
Right, should we do a quick Super 6 review? Aldi has a Super 6, and because we are Discount Discourse and these are discounts, we thought it's in our kind of wheelhouse to review.
Discourse them.
Go for it.
Okay,
I'll do
first one.
word reviews.
Red grapefruit, 29p.
Juicy.
Chantenay carrots, 49p.
Good for eyesight.
Shallot / Ashalian shallots, 59p.
It's alright.
Brussels sprouts, 69p.
Festive.
Ew. Anyways, green beans, 69p.
Delicious.
Conference pears, 99p.
Pears I've had too many pears over the past few days. I can't stomach any more pears right now.
Okay, I've had to correct one of your facts. You know how you said carrots are good for your eyes? They're actually not good for your eyes. Well, they're not bad for your eyes, but that's a myth that British soldiers made up. Basically, so the Germans were like, how in the world can the British soldiers know where to, like, bomb our stuff? How can they see? And then the real answer was that they had invented, like...
radar.
But obviously they didn't want to tell the Germans that, so they were sort of like, oh, we just ate loads of carrots and our eyes can see better, and that's how we can see you while we're in the planes, and they believed them.
Oh, so they're like,
So
okay.
it's
we
a
need to get
rumour.
our hands on some carrots, and all the while, like, we were developing, like, even better technology.
Yeah.
And that's how the war was won.
Yeah, Brussels sprouts, love them or hate them.
Love them.
Disgusting behaviour. No.
So get a nice Brussels, dip it in some gravy, dip it in some
that's
ketchup
really
if you
bad.
want. Delicious treat. I love Brussels sprouts. I love broccoli. I love it.
To all of those. I tried to like broccoli and then I like stopped liking it again. No, because Brussels sprouts
try hard
basically
enough.
it's a thing where like you have a taste bud. Like it's like you're basically born either liking them
Oh,
or
this is
hating
so
them.
stupid. Shut up.
It's
It's not.
not
You're either
stupid.
born with the Brussels sprout gene or you're not. This is,
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it is. It's the truth.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I will
it's-
believe my truth.
It's an acquired taste and you're just not refined
Well, I
enough.
like cabbage. I just hate Brussels sprouts because they taste like sick.
Okay, we weren't talking about cabbage. I like cabbage as well. But Brussels sprouts is like miniature cabbages.
Yeah, I know, but like they taste worse because all the like cabbage flavor is probably concentrated into like one little tiny thing, which is why like it tastes like you've eaten a juicy, not a juicy. Did you ever have like that chewing gum? It was Trident, where it would come with like it would have juice inside it.
No, I don't think so.
Oh my god! Like my dad used to always buy it. It was strawberry and lime flavor, where it was a strawberry chewing gum, and inside was like lime liquid in it. Anyways,
That doesn't sound nice.
that sounds well. It was really nice. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Right, so we have unfortunately reached our time. Our time has come.
We've got a load of songs still queued though.
We've got a lot of songs, so depending on who comes in next, you might hear some of them, you might not. Do you have any parting words?
Eat your vegetables.
Thanks for that.